A lengthy delay, but we're ready to get semi-final 2 underway here at Pembrey then for round 3 of the Five Nations British Rallycross Championship. Hawks starts on the outside in the green and black machine, ready for the green light as we go racing. Lights out, good start then from Hawks, great start on the outside of the front row for Darren Bleasdale. He goes side by side with Ben Sayer down towards the first corner. The 77 of Sayer is into the lead, and Andy Hawks from pole position is now down into 4th place, nearly 5th place as Abby McGuinness is now on his inside. Goes Joker then, does Andy Hawks, sensible there because he was losing ground, hand over fist. And now it is Ben Sayer that leads the way then from the 68 of Darren Bleasdale. It's Abby McGuinness who slots herself into 3rd position. The rest of the field have already made their jokers in the early stages of this race, aside I believe from the number 34 of Nick Abbott. I don't think he's made his joker there so far, and as such sits in 3rd position as it stands right now. But it is still the 77 then of Ben Sayer that leads the way from Darren Bleasdale, coming through the final sector, ready to complete the first lap out of 6 here for the second semi-final at Pembrey. Into the hairpin bend we go, locking up the rear wheels, becoming a tripod of these machines. Now, is anybody going to joker at the start of this second lap? Let's wait and see. The top 2 continue on in their normal fashion. So Sayer from Bleasdale as it stands there then so far. Through into the right and then the left and in towards this tricky hairpin bend. This is the tightest technical part of the circuit. The dust being kicked up is quite pronounced, as you can see. And interestingly, a few grey clouds are overhead, and it looks like I thought there might be a bit of drama there for Andy Hawks on the 18. I could see that from our commentary vantage point, and I just saw him going a little bit slowly coming out of that hairpin bend. It could have just been the dust tricking my eyes, but I wondered if he might have had a moment going around that circuit at one point, but it seems to be that he's managed to gather it all up, if indeed he has done. But either way, sitting down there in the lower half of the race so far. And now Ben Sayer coming under pressure from the 68 of Darren Bleasdale, who's really got the bit between his teeth. Now he's got some heat into his tyres. Talking about the weather conditions, it's not scheduled to rain here at Pembrey, but there are a few grey clouds gathering overhead, and let's be honest, we are in Wales and it's known for its inclement weather conditions, so let's see whether that proves to be a factor at some of the latter races we have here for round 3 of the Five Nations British Rallycross Championship. Either way, down the back straight we go, in towards the hairpin bend of Brooklands, and it's Ben Sayer from Darren Bleasdale, both locking the rear tyres. The rear tyres going into the air. Then it's the number 61. That is Bradley Turner, who sits in 3rd place there so far. So good race so far here then from Turner, as he sits in the podium positions for now, at least. But the top 2 really romping away with this race. Then comes a bit of a gap back to Andy Hawks, who sits now in P4. So whatever drama he had earlier on has clearly proven to sort itself out, as Bleasdale goes for the joker then at the start of lap 3. Where's he going to emerge? I imagine it will be in 3rd position as he comes out. It's relatively close between himself and Andy Hawks, but he's still got enough of an overcut to gain the advantage. And now Ben Sayer needs to really push behind the wheel of the number 77 to see if he can get himself out ahead of Darren Bleasdale and indeed the retaining field that are following there. Nick Abbott in the 34 sitting at the back of the field out of the 6 drivers that are competing here so far, as the rest of the field comes down the back straight and heads in towards the hairpin bend. It's Ben Sayer that leads the way then from the number 61 of Bradley Turner. Turner, of course, having not made his joker then so far in this race. And if anything, the pole sitter, I was just talking about Andy Hawks, the number 18, coming in a bit more pressure now from Abby McGuinness behind the wheel of the number 614. We saw her, of course, out for the first time at Liddon Hill in the first round of the the Five Nations British Rallycross Championship. And she was doing a great job out there, given her relative inexperience to everybody else out there on track. And it seems to be going well here so far at Pembrey as well, putting that pressure onto the back of the pole sitter of Andy Hawks, really close between those 2, coming through the hairpin bend, not able to find an opportunity to get herself into the podium positions as it stands so far, but there is enough of an opportunity. There's still over 2 laps remaining here at Pembrey, so let's see what is going to happen then. Bradley Turner still continues putting the pressure onto Ben Sayer. Abby McGuinness, meanwhile, still putting the pressure onto Andy Hawks for 4th position in this race. But of course, the 2 drivers in front have got to take their joker laps. Is Ben Sayer going to go for it? Yes, he does. He goes joker then at the start of the penultimate lap. I think Bradley Turner might have also followed suit in there as well. out of the Joker lap we go. So Sayer has Joker, but Darren Turner did not Joker, so he now leads the race. But of course, the rest of the field behind him close enough that they are going to be able to get the overcut. So whatever positions they are, these are going to be for the effective podium places, I believe, between Andy Hawkes and Abby McGuinness as they come down the back straight. McGuinness still putting the pressure onto the back of the number 18 of Hawkes, but not able to find her way through so far as it stands. Bradley Turner behind the wheel of the number 61, flicking it through the left. Over the timing line he goes to start the 6th and final lap here for the second of the semi-finals for the BMW Mini. Into the hairpin bend we go. Turner's going to take his Joker, but where is he going to emerge actually? Because this will be interesting. I wonder, now he's had some clear air, if he's going to be able to pull enough of an advantage. But Turner does not Joker, so I wonder whether he has already Jokered. I'm just having a look at the lap times there. Doesn't look like he has, from what I can see. First lap was a little bit longer. In fact, yeah, I think he might have Jokered, in fact, on the first lap there for Brad Turner. My apologies, I missed that as we were looking at some other battles up and down the track. So it looks like Brad Turner has made his Joker in this race and now has the lead. So Inspired driving them from the number 61. What a fantastic race it has proven to be for Bradley Turner, and he's only got a few more corners to go, separating him from victory in semi-final 2. Over the timing line he goes, and he wins semi-final 2. Bradley Turner comes over the line behind the wheel of the number 61 from Darren Bleasdale in second position. Then comes Ben Sayer in third place. Andy Hawkes does hold off the charge of Abby McGuinness for fourth position, ahead then of the number 34 of Nick Abbott. So that brings an end then to the second of the semi-finals for the BMW Mini, and a great win for Bradley Turner.